Hi everyone, it is Ambassador Erica Rogers, and I am here today to talk about the king inside of you. And I want to bring up a king that no one really thought could be king, and that's King David. You can find the reference points. It's in 1 Samuel chapter 17, and it's actually the entire chapter. And what that chapter talks about is how David slayed Goliath. And you know, when David first slayed Goliath, he didn't even know he was going to battle Goliath. His father had sent him on an errand, and his father told him, take food, take water, go to your brothers who's on the front of the line fighting with King Saul. King Saul at the time was the current king. Okay, and so the Philistines, every day they were coming, meeting, but because of the Philistines, they were so big in status, and they were, you know, big people, and they were giants. King Saul, you know, in his army, they were scared. But David, you know, even though, you know, he had a little position, sometimes God will give you private victories before he brings you out and give you a public victory. Can someone understand that? I can understand that. I can totally relate to what David had been through and the victory that David sought. So what happened was when David went to the front of the lines to talk to his brother, you know, he saw the Philistines, and then, you know, David said, okay, so what happens to the guy who slays this giant? What does he get? And so David was surprised with the prize. He wanted the prize. He wanted to get to marry the king's daughter. You know, he wanted to have fame because he had just been, you know, tossed over to the side and say, okay, David, the only thing you're worthy to do is keep the sheep, mend the sheep, and you can't do anything else, okay? So basically his dad, his brothers, they put him in a box because he was the youngest of them all. They did not think that David could kill a lion. But David talked trash that day. David told Goliath, you know, it's God who's going to give me your head this day. I'm going to take your head off. And you know, the giant, the story is kind of really hilarious, but it's true. It's a true story. You know, the Goliath, the giant, told David, I'm gonna give your carcass to the fowls of the air. I'm gonna kill you. And then once they started battle, David took five stones and a slingshot, and he shot at Goliath. Goliath fell. He took the sword out of his own enemy's holster and chopped his head off. And I said all of that to say this: some of you have been burned down. You've been put into a box. People have, you know, cast you over to the side and said that you're only good to do a certain thing. But I pray today that the King is going to arise in you. You let them know that the King Jesus that lives inside of me, he has given me all things that pertain to life and godliness, and I'm going to rule, I'm going to reign in this life, and I'm going to show you just what I can do in this life. We're going to take the enemy's head off. We're not fighting for victory, but we're fighting from victory. And we have to remember that there is a king on the inside of us. Jesus has already won the victory. We're not, you don't have to fight for your victory. It's a done deal. You fight from a place of victory. Can somebody receive this word? You have a king inside of you. Don't be scared. Giants fall, whatever that giant is. It could be a drug addiction. It can be an alcohol addiction. It can be conflict with your family. It can be conflict in your marriage. Things, you know, it looks so big. You're looking at the mountain and you're saying, how in the world I'm going to kill this giant of a mountain? How in the world I'm going to get this giant to fall? I promise you that the word that you need is in the word of God. It's found in the Bible. I promise you it is found in the Bible. I encourage you today, the giant is going to fall. It is a done deal. It is a finished work. Let the king inside of you arise. Go and grow in grace. This is Erica Rogers again, telling you that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Go and grow in grace. You have an awesome week. And remember, there is a king inside of you. You have a blessed day.